Hi guys! I thought I would make a little video just around everything. Everything. When I tell you it's everything, it's everything. Every single tip I know when it comes to studying. I know a lot of people have been asking for this video and I've been really wanting to film it or even upload it on TikTok, but because I have so many tips and I want to explain all of them in depth, I don't really want to make a TikTok about it. So that's what today's video is for. Literally, I love all of these tips. I don't know what I would do if I didn't know these. Let's get into this. I'm gonna go real in depth. Oh, you can, I have my laptop here. Can you see this? I had a sticker here, so ignore that. Anyways, okay, obviously everybody knows this one. Everybody knows what I'm about to talk about, the Pomodora Technique. It is so incredibly famous and well known, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows it at this point. Essentially, you set a specific amount of time for yourself, and then you give yourself, I think, a third of that time as a break, and then you keep going. And then you keep studying in that way. Also, please excuse my voice because I just woke up and got ready. I think the normal is to study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. I don't really like that Pomodoro technique. I usually go for the 50-minute and then 10-minute break because I stay focused for longer. My attention span is exactly 50 minutes. I figured that out over time. So the 50-minute, 10-minute one works perfectly for me. But if you work better for 25-minute and 5-minute break, then do that. Okay, the next one is set specific goals. You need to be really specific about what you want to get done. So for instance, if I think about what I have to do, I have to make a project. I have to finish a project for my geography class. So when I make my to-do list, I break it up and I'm like, finish the analysis, finish the results section, finish the conclusion, or write the advantages and disadvantages, Be very, very specific, not just be like, work on geography, work on homework. No, that's not gonna do nothing. So that's the second one. And then everybody knows this as well, to create a study schedule. I really recommend this, particularly in exam season or final season, prelims, whatever. That creating a schedule about what you have to do specifically, like I said in the second point, every single day, like on a calendar or a timetable. And then when you get home from school or during your week, you can find time to do your specific goals. And I feel like it's so easy to just sit down, get a little timetable format on like Canva or something, or Notion, and literally write down, okay, I have this and this and this due this day, so let me break it up, divide it over a number of days, so then when it gets to that day, I have everything done already. Then you don't have to like think every single day, what should I do to work towards it? You know what I mean? It's just easier, more simpler, saves you time, and you know that you will finish it if you follow your schedule. That was essentially like the time management tips I had. So let me give you a little bit of tips for when you sit down at your desk. What are some tips that will help you when you're studying? Okay, first of all, I will live by this. Make sure you're in a cool room. So put the AC on or open windows or something. I'm going into autumn right now where I live, so it's kind of a perfect time to study, but it just was summer right now. It was so hot, but I made sure that I opened all my windows, like I had a cold bottle of water by me. Just make sure you're in a cool environment, you stay focused better, I promise. And then the second thing, have study snacks, of course. I love study snacks, but make sure there's snacks that help you for your concentration. I know like nuts, healthy snacks will definitely work better for your memory. Change up what you're eating when you're studying. The second thing is, if you're doing like a past paper, to treat it like test conditions, or if you're just doing some practice questions like for math or physics, chemistry, whatever, act as if you're in a test. So take everything off your desk, put a timer, only bring a water, don't bring snacks, because you're not allowed snacks in the exam, at least for me. And just treat it as if you're literally going to be writing a test. And you know, if you have a few past papers for essay-based subjects, then also treat that like test conditions. I find that really is helpful, and you kind of get like a little bit more relaxed when it comes to the actual test, because you've studied it, you've done that subject during test conditions. I really love doing this for math and physics. I definitely recommend that. And then the next thing, obviously take breaks. I think you need to give yourself a rest and your brain obviously a break from all the information, but don't go on your phone. Go see family, stretch, eat something, but don't go on your phone. Okay, the second little category that I'm going to be speaking about, tips for subjects that require you to recall information. So theory-based subjects. For me, my theory-based subjects would be geography, biology, stuff like that. Okay, first of all, you're gonna have to recall a lot of information, so everything's gonna kind of, I think so, and for me at least, kind of get mumbled together. First of all, I love to break it up into smaller categories and then focus on that for the day or the upcoming week or whatever. And then I learn it. I learn that information. I love to use a lot of different ways of learning that information. So maybe teaching it to someone, actively recalling it and teaching it to someone as if you have a class. Sometimes I teach my teddy bears or my mom. Yeah, whatever. But I love teaching it to someone because then it's also going in my brain. And then the second thing, I also love to watch YouTube videos, especially for geography with a lot of diagrams. YouTube often has an explanation on all those diagrams, so definitely check that out. And then something that I love to do as well is to create little, I think it's called mnemonics. Is it called mnemonics? I don't know. If there's a step-by-step guide to something or something you need to know, all the bullet points for creating mnemonics is really helpful. Another tip I have when it comes to learning theory or recalling theory is to make your own diagrams or mind maps or charts or something. Maybe color coordinate your notes. I feel like that's really helpful, at least for me, because all the information when I see it in my book, it doesn't look as mumbled together and confusing. So I definitely recommend that. These tips are kind of in general study tips. The next thing is to engage. This goes for any subject, to be honest. Engage in class, engage with your friends about your subjects, engage in extra help classes, go to tuition, maybe become friends with the top achiever in that subject. I don't know. Get engaged. You're gonna feel more inclined and more interested to learn that subject. So I definitely recommend that. My best friend loves bio and she just encourages me to become better in a study for a prioritizer, Join study groups. You can also quiz your friends who take the same subject as you. My friend group, we have our own little table. Every morning we get to school, I think we're the first people in our grade to get to school. So we all sit at this table and we just study together. And then if one of us has a question, because we're all in different classes, if one of us has a question about a subject, we just talk about it, or if we're confused about something we're reading in class, and we also talk about it. Just become really engaged. You'll feel a lot more inclined to study. And then I think this is my favorite study tip. Study apps and study resources, study websites, stuff like that. Let me tell you some of my favorites. My absolute number one favorite is always gonna be Anki. I don't know how to say it, but Anki. A little flashcard app. It helps you memorize diagrams, memorize information. It's just really helpful, and it has a lot of different resources to it, a wide range of options that you can do with it. So I think it's just easily accessible, so definitely recommend it. It's completely free as well. So, and then I know I don't use Quizlet, but I know a lot of people love Quizlet, so go check that out as well. And then I love this app called Flip Timer. I also like to use YPT and Study Bunny. They're basically apps that track your study hours. I'm so sorry about all the plane noises. I definitely recommend that. You can kind of see what subjects take up most of your time and then how to allocate time when it's exam season to study for them. And it also kind of just keeps you accountable, because if you have friends that also use the same app, obviously you don't want to study less than them, so you kind of just push yourself to study more. That's why I love them. And then I know, I've never tried this, but I know it's really popular. I think it's called Einstein AI, so maybe go check that out. And then I think my absolute favorite is Notion. I love Notion so much. It's like an organization software tool. You kind of can make to-do lists, plan your week or day or month or year. That's what I do. I plan everything on Notion. It's really helpful. It keeps me organized all the time. I love it so much. If you want to sign up for Notion, link in description. The next thing I'd recommend is past papers. I absolutely love doing past papers so incredibly much. I feel like they're so helpful, especially if you can get past papers from the same test you have to take. Because I have an older sister sometimes, and she took the exact same subjects as me, then sometimes I can just see her old tests and be like, okay, let me try this paper, see if I can get the same, see if I can do it, you know, because my school doesn't really offer their old past papers. I know my math teacher, every single time we have exams, she prints the last year's past paper, which is really helpful in my opinion. I think my class always appreciates it, so I just wish my other subjects would do that. But there's also a bunch of like websites and everything, websites and resources that you can get past papers from. So just like search, depending on your curriculum and your syllabus and everything, you should be able to find past papers. But yeah, I will just continue to recommend this. It's just so helpful. And you can also take that like past paper test in your room at your desk, but take it in like test conditions like I was talking about earlier, because then you kind of are doing an exact replica of what you're gonna have to experience in a few days or weeks or whatever. You can kind of get more prepared, and you see what type of questions are going to be in there. You see how you handle the environmental conditions. That's like kind of all the tips that I have. I'm trying to think if I have like any more other tips that I can share, but I'm pretty sure that's like everything I know when it comes to study tips. So I hope you appreciate what I know, and I hope you can find at least like one tip in this video that is helpful for you and will benefit you when it comes to your tests and everything. So thank you for watching my video. Please let me know if I should make more videos like this or what videos I should make. I'm always down to make your guys' specific recommendations. Anyways, I'm gonna go to church now because I actually have church in 10 minutes. So bye guys.